Alright, howdy. We're at the end of this dungeon. This took a while. I've been going for... Well, it's actually only been 2.5 hours. I just took 10 minutes to go do some things. Wait, did I go the other way and open that path? Who cares? I'll double back. I think the boss is in here. So the key I needed to open these doors was the gold key, so I can go through the pathways now? What's the boss here anyway? I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. Alright, we're gonna fight it. And we're probably gonna die a bunch. But that's okay. I believe in us. Items, food. A knot.
Stand strong!
Level 61. Eesh. I don't like that.
This one looks like trouble. What's it called?
Not. It's not.
It's not what?
Had to see that coming. Everybody saw that coming from a mile away. I love that. I love those kind of jokes though, those guys. So left or right? Right? Right what? No, right. Yeah, but I'm right about what? You know, stuff like that. I love that shit. It's so silly. The only thing this guy resists is physical.
Dancing flames! Crown fire! Dancing flames! Crown fire! Wind blade! Here goes! Vermilion crescent! Rose, get back! Crimson cross! Soul resonance! Get lost! Molten wall! Razor crescent! Blood rune! Drop them! Long way this might be bad! Get lost!
That was radiant, Edna. Suppose I could learn from your level of reserve.
Wasn't too bad. Yeah, we defeated the knot. That's a weird looking enemy. What were we talking about before I left? I don't know. I feel like if I just try to imagine, I'll just go back to shitting on Fire Emblem Warriors for how bad it was. So, enlighten me though. What was some of the like dumbest things about it? Because like I know things here and there, but I don't know everything. So I'm just kind of curious. Like, any one thing about it that stands out to you is like, whoa, that was dumb. So what's in here? It's just gonna be a bunch of trash chests, right? Oh, dumb about Fire Emblem Warriors. Metallic funerary mirror.
What a nice mirror.
It's beautiful, opulent, but with an understated elegance.
Yeah, you can just imagine the kind of person who would own this.
For a relic like this to remain here untouched, this place must be entirely unlooted.
Yes, Saray, we know you only have one filter for everything.
I wonder if the person buried here is a woman.
Yes, she's probably the one who owned that mirror.
Oh. Oh, so this was a grave. I'll be putting this back.
That's probably best.
Hey, do seraphim show up in mirrors?
No. Well, usually not. But if we concentrate, we can make ourselves appear.
Wait, so you mean even people with no resonance can see seraphim that way?
Somehow, yes.
But that's great! You could use that to communicate with humans.
That might be difficult. It takes enormous amounts of concentration just to show up briefly. Anything beyond that is impossible.
No, that's a shame.
Huh, so that explains it. People always whisper about ghosts that only show up in mirrors. Those had to be seraphim.
Yes. Sometimes when we're putting makeup on, we accidentally focus way too hard and...
Putting on makeup?
Well, I mean, I am a girl.
That explains ghosts. We know the truth behind ghosts now. Oh, everything, but really the missions to get the siblings bug me. It's not just because they're dumb, Fate's characters, but because it's literally do the same mission for each copy sibling on each side. Like, how is this fun? Oh, right, yeah.
What's this?
Because all the, like, they're all clones of each other or some crap like that. Like, even some of the DLC characters
My
I think are
instincts
clones
tell me that there's
too.
treasures nearby.
Oh, lots of money. Where were the other locked doors? Because I know there were more. I'm just gonna save point travel. Oh yeah, the redoing. I heard about that. Like the equivalent to the adventure maps from Hyrule Warriors were put in Fire Emblem Warriors, and they're like notable events from the different Fire Emblem games. But they thought it was smart to like replace the original characters from their stories with like some of these characters. So it's like having a Fate's character say the lines of like a Fire Emblem or a just one of the older game characters is like that's
chest?
blasphemy, if not disrespectful.
We mustn't hold back.
Hey, don't go too
Oh, it was on moderate. Wow, we did really well with that boss. I was like, I think it might have switched to easy because. Or normal, because that boss, he fell pretty quickly. But I guess that is what happens when when the boss is only immune to void attacks. Then you can just spam elemental shit at him and he can't do crap about it. He's not weak to it, but it gets and actually hits him and interrupts his spells and shit. Even though he didn't cast many things. They're so useless, yeah. And I guess it's better that they're useless as opposed to them stealing all the spotlight. Kind of dumb looking, pretty bad designs.
I sense treasure nearby.
Yeah, Dario's thing, I don't get it. They just did a whole plot twist villain reveal because they realized there was nothing of substance in the game. So they're like, we'll just do this. People like this crap, right? Here we go, the last of the Malevolent Crucibles. I don't, or the Crucibles of Malevolence. I never beat them all in my original playthrough. So this one must be Zavid's. Geostigma. Vengeant Fangs, Horizon Storm, Radiant Heat, Windlance. Concentrate. Or he has a second Mystic Art, I forgot about that. Can I do something to boost up your BG at least one more point? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'll do that. Food. An ominous malevolence swirls around here. Only Rose and one Seraph. Oh! Well... yeah, we'll just go in with Zavid. And I'll play as Zavid.
Get ready!
One, two, three. Here I go. You ready? You mad? Don't lie to me. The neck is fine, right? Rose. Here I go. Hey, baby. Check me out.
So what's my healing art again? It's on down. Okay.
This is for you, Rose. Ah, here it goes. This is for you, Rose.
Sleeping dragon!
Ah, here it goes. Repetitive. Maggie. Torrents of wind. Forces of nature.
Steel burrowing dragon!
Torrents of wind. Forces. That's that.
Jeez, there's way too many of you enemies.
Here I go. Purgatory.
Die!
Here I go. Next. We're here. We're here. This one. Going right for your heart. This is for you, Rose. Ah, here it goes. Gonna just like that, huh? Gonna cramp it. Man, I can do it. Man, I can working. Keep it up. Later. All right.
Remember when Zavid wore his shirt? Oh.
Don't lie to me, man. All right. You feel me? Check me out. Here I go. I'm on time.
You can wear Dazzle's clothes.
Shoot. High strike. Constrictor.
That's another small thing I hate about this game.
Purgatory. Can you keep up? Come here. Ha-ha. Keep your distance. Heaven or hell.
Oh, that was cool. I've never seen that before. That was the first time using it.
Maggie. Here I go with a joke. Purgatory. High strike. All right, all
I
right.
mean, I know that Zavid is in Berseria. Did he wear a shirt there, or was he still like Nash shirts or shirts are for losers?
Here I go. High strike. Torrents of wind. Forces of nature. Horizon storm with a joke. Gonna feel the burn. Radiant heat. Gale force. With it. You're gonna get bit. Vision bang. Gale shot.
Oh, he wore clothes? Are you kidding me? That's not canon. I'm disappointed.
Here I go. High strike. Purgatory. Here I go. High strike. Constrictor. Maggie. Shoot. Repetitive. You're gonna get bit. Vision bang. Gale force. Windlass. This is for you, Rose. Concentrate. Gonna feel the burn. Radiant
Oh, well, okay, that makes more sense. But still, that's funny.
Here I go. High strike. Purgatory.
That chain move is cool. I think it's so cool it's in the opening of the game. Dude, this guy does not want to die. He's not taking any damage. Hey, you know I'm gonna focus on something else. I mean, I'm not good at. I don't play as any of the Seraph all that much. That's probably why I'm having a harder time. You know, it's funny. I remember reading a comment that someone left about like, "Hey, that's not fair that like they put like why did they do that with Dazzle and then have Zavid take his place just so we can have another game of hanging out with Zavid? Like, why is he so much more popular? Why didn't we get more Dazzle time?" I'm like, what are you talking about? The games were released the other way around. I mean, there's a weird comment I read because I'm like, I think they must have missed the point where one game came out first. These guys are very sturdy. I don't like it. Oh, there's still more. Also, a lot of these characters, there are not a lot of arts in this game from previous Tales games. I also talked about this before, but there really aren't much. Oh yeah, and one of the strangest changes to this game as well is that I think you were here when I mentioned this before. I'm just gonna do it really quick. That when you unlock a new art, the game doesn't go, "Ding, you got a new art," and then you perform it. It doesn't do that. Anyway, that's all. I know I've mentioned that before. Dang, enemy spellcasters are the worst things in this game. Still more? Are you kidding me?
This is for you, Rose.
Ready? Prepare yourself! Don't let up! Cleaver! Punch the dagger sword! This doesn't look good! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Lord of Wind!
Whirlwind Slash! Razor Vortex!
Not this time! Try and stand so you keep up! Come divine wings! Swarm the sky!
That's like my favorite of the mystic arts, of the Seraph mystic arts, is Sylphistia. Also, I say this a lot, but it's true. I really like it. And there's still more. This reminds me of the freaking 200-man melee from Zestiria. Yeah, I always like that crap. It's just really cool. It's something I didn't really realize until I was streaming this game. I'm like, oh right, they don't do that in this game. Like when you finish a battle, you just get a notification that says, learn a new art. And it's like, well, which one? Come on, still more? Yeah, Rose has Lightning Tiger Blade. She's got double Demon Fang. I want to say she has the most of the familiar moves, but I don't think it's not that much, honestly. Like, Saray has Sword Rain and Tiger Blade. She has Fang Blade also and Rising King. Yeah, Rose has the most of the familiar techniques.
Pretty smooth swordplay there, Rose.
They don't call me boss for nothing.
Dang. Almost, well, I was going to say almost 10 minutes, but not really. 9.5 minutes, but we did it. That's the last of the Crucibles of Malevolence. Do I get a trophy?
Phew, we did it.
That looked pretty tough.
I can't even imagine what would happen if one of these terrors got loose in the outside world. I mean, seriously, what dipstick would even put together something like this?
A seraph, presumably.
What? Why would a seraph possibly want more malevolence in the
Because
world?
he's a jerk.
I couldn't begin to tell you. But we know it took powerful seraphic arts to build this. We can only surmise that there was an era in which it made sense somehow.
That's about the exact opposite of any world you'd want to be familiar with, isn't it?
It is. But I think it's important to acknowledge it. There's no sense in articulating my dreams if I refuse to look at reality.
You know, it's not just Hellions. These places have made you stronger, too.
Really?
Really. But you're not the only one. Don't get too full of yourself.
Whoa, I'm not! What's going on?
Survivor's garb. What's that? Did I get a new outfit? Nope, didn't think so. I mean, this game doesn't give you outfits for anything. I mean, look at what that was in the items, I guess. Oh, it was just armor. All right, there. All the crucibles are done, but we didn't get a. But we didn't get a trophy for it. I'm mad. I'm mad.
Here I go. Gotta feel the burn. You're gonna get bit. This is bad.
That's the end of that.
Alright, so we got the dungeon done, we got the crucibles done. The next step is actually doing what the game wanted me to do. What was I gonna look for? Was I gonna do something in here? Right, difficulty. Yeah, I think this will be the last thing we do this stream because we're at 3 hours. I don't want to go that long, so we'll finish the archaeologist. If this is the last of the
Here, I'll do you a favor.
it's so weird seeing the save points all over the place. If this is the last of the iris gems, then I'll consider it a successful stream because that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted the iris gems. What do you have to stop? No, I was gonna talk to Rose. I need to ask her what's up. You're ruining everything.
unexpectedly tough?
Well, I expected it.
You guys gonna fight? Ooh, a fight.
Gonna charge you admission if you watch.
No fighting among party members, at least not until the game's over. Yup, dog.
Let's make it quick. Serpent of water.
It's a Cyclops. Emphasis on the Z. Get it?
Not really. Just give us the battle tips, please.
It's like a cat, or a cow, or a turtle. It seems it's not really a Cyclops. It's a man in a Cyclops outfit.
You act on instinct way too
Which
much.
is weird. Let's please not. Let's not fight another one of those, please. Too late. I ran right into it. Okay. Not cool.
The storm is coming! With all my strength, I shall smite evil! Go to my wrath! Alright! Double tiger blade! Shield! Hurry! Bring the darkness! Ready for dirty dancing! Go forth! Be the one! Please bang!
Ready? Prepare yourself! I can't believe there are so many Hellions out there.
I need to see how many of these things I have for Rose's second Mystic Art as well. It's here we go. Oh, 25. Nice. I just need 5 more.
Let's make it quick!
Once I find 5 more unique enemies and defeat them, I can start the event to get Rose's second. Of course, I don't think we'll be able to do that anytime soon, because I think the next of the unique enemies are all in different locations. Like, they're like in the end game locations. I know one will spawn in Glaven Basin when we do the revisit. One will spawn in the Mabinogi Ruins when we go back there. One will spawn... 2 will spawn in Camelot. I don't know where there would be one more though. I'll definitely do the post-game stuff on stream as well, because I want to see what the Jade stuff's all about, in addition to whatever else I can around.
Be sure to let me know if there's treasure nearby. What's this?
I guess this is the only way to go then. Both the other paths are blocked by big rocks. And also small rivers. A deadly combo.
Man, this ain't even fair.
Use hidden arts. Pierce the sky. Not yet.
Pretty smooth swordplay there, Rose.
Is that a thing? Vampires can't cross running water?
My instincts tell me that there's
I
treasures
didn't know about
nearby.
that. I know about like they can't go in a place unless they're invited. Stakes to the heart and all that. Garlic. No reflections. Wasn't aware about the running water thing.
Don't get careless.
Did I hit on all of it, or did I miss something?
It's over. Get him. Yeah. Tiger Blade. Dragon Fang. Sonic Flurry. Freezing Fracture. Go. Ready? Let's give it up. Sonic. All right. Be gone. Rend the darkness. Rise and rage.
I can't believe it.
Alright, well, we've checked everything, so let's continue. This place isn't as big or complicated as that dungeon was. You know, it wasn't actually complicated. I just missed the pattern on the door that said, hey, breathe fire on this and you can continue.
I'll protect you.
It's time. Howling Blade. Full Tempest. Blade Back. Rusty Dreams. Flurry. Burn.
Oh yeah, he has Severing Wind, right. I forget that Stray has Severing Wind and Searing Gale.
I want to become stronger as a seraph.
Why was he just standing here looking at a stump?
The poor thing. Huh? Looks normal enough to me. But the tree! Because of the ivy,
It's dead.
The ivy used the tree for its own growth. But in the process, it blocked the light and the tree withered and died. Yes, that's kind of how nature works. But it's so sad.
Oh. Wait, you're not thinking about how it goes between seraphim and shepherds, are you?
Yes. Huh? How naive can you be? I know it in my head, but... you're a Prime Lord. You should be stronger than this. Yes, I know. If Saray withered and died, it'd be your fault. Very much so. Then why don't you switch up your metaphor? Be the tree instead, who selflessly supported her viney companion to the very end. The shepherd's a flower, and he needs you in order to bloom. Yes. Huh?
She's trying to cheer you up, Lila.
Keep your footnotes out of my speech, thanks.
Those discovery points are really hard to find, honestly. Or it's like, hey, stand near this thing and you can get a skit. I'm like, but how did I know that?
Is that a treasure chest?
Let's get started. Rising
Not yet. Be gone. Earth Pulse. Rocks are protected. Throwing spit laser vortex. Fire protection. Light the way. Crystal Tower. Light the way. Crystal Tower. The way. Crystal Tower. Light the way.
Take this.
Crystal Tower. Rose, get back. Focus your efforts.
Dry out. Take this.
Purify the earth. Rising
Dry out. Earthborn. Strong as the earth. Behold, raging ruin.
Earth revolution. Hang on, everyone.
You feel it?
Soul resonance. Eat this. Iron curtain. Surging landscape. Shake them up.
Go.
Shred.
Corridor.
Rock winner. Echo shot. Rock winner. Now you've done it. What a formidable opponent.
Ah, whoa! Where do you come from?
Gonna run away? Feeling the pump, huh?
running around the corner like a maniac.
Looks like we win.
I kept that little tidbit about, that's interesting. I honestly did not know it was a thing. Uh-oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, where the... I hit every button except the mute mic button.
I sense treasure nearby. Everyone okay?
Wow. They crumbled. Alright, we made it to the end. I see a save point. Well, I mean, I'm using a save point. Seems there's gonna be a boss up ahead or something. Oh my gosh. This man is large. Every time I say that, I can't help but think about the Game Grumps. There's this amazing moment from,
Well, well, here comes trouble.
their Tulip playthrough, where they're going through the town at night, and the cop walks up to them, and Aaron's like, fuck this man, and then the cop just shoots him dead. It's amazing. Titan, level 60. He does not resist water. Water's the only thing he does. Well, and void. Water and void.
It's
Self-explanatorily huge!
Oh, I see.
Were you hoping to explain?
Nah. No, we're good. We got it. It's pretty deadly. Oh, he's gonna step on me. The funny thing about I just remember something about Kingdom Hearts Critical Mode because this guy reminds me of the Rock Titan. I saw tweets, so many tweets about people being like, well, I just lost the dark side again. So a lot of people are starting the game by losing to the first fight against Darkseid. I wonder if someone has done some like reading into the symbolism behind Darkseid being clear in this game. Like why after like 10 Kingdom Hearts games of being black, he's just see-through in this one. And there's got to be something to that, right?
I was clearly the star of that battle.
It's easiest to notice the dimmer stars when they shine, they say.
The Sleeping Realm theory? No. I have not read many theories about Kingdom Hearts 3. I should.
This place is a lot more dangerous than I thought.
We need to find him. Quick.
What was that?
What the heck?
Are you that archaeologist?
Wait a minute.
You just cut through those walking stones!
It's not like that. It's called a heli.
Stay away from me, you monster!
Was that the archaeologist? That was.
What's the deal? We came to save
What a
you!
dick.
We're really after the Iris Gem.
True, but Saray isn't just about that.
Hey,
Well, at least he's okay.
yeah, I guess.
But still,
Look, there's the Earth in Historia.
That researcher dropped it.
Well, well, looks like we got a souvenir out of it.
Is this really okay?
of course it's
And he owes
alright.
us. Also, that was totally the model of the priest who killed all those people from earlier in the stream. They just reused it. Green iris gems, sex. I mean, Sech? I don't know. How would you say that? Seches? Seeks?
And that was the moment that Heldalf, the Lord of Calamity, was born.
He was a human being once, just like us. Unbelievable as it is.
Yes. He may have been a cold military leader, but he had genuine love for his family.
How could someone like him turn into the Lord of Calamity?
Well, he did lose his family.
I don't know. It felt like more than anything that happened to him, the transformation was born of his own resolve.
Could be.
It's probably not anything we can ever truly understand. But I can tell this much. Heldalf finally gave up. He couldn't fight back any longer.
It's probably not something we could ever truly understand is a cop-out answer, and you know it.
What's this?
They have their own explanation, which, well, the whole theory is cool. Okay, cool. So, is that like an article I can read, or a video, or something? That'd be interesting looking. I haven't looked into anything like Kingdom Hearts theory-wise since I beat the game. Yeah, there's a Google Doc. A Google Doc, great. Those are always fun to read. No, seriously, I have read a few Google Docs in the past about very, very many things. Stop running around!
Let's get started.
300 pages, jeez! What do they need so much room for? Not just images, like, is it like going through the entire game of Kingdom Hearts 3 and being like, this is this, or maybe this is this, and so on, or what?
I was clearly...
Wow, that was easy.
Too bad, though. We didn't get to hear his stories about the ruins.
It's all right. Even if we'd have met with him, he probably wouldn't have listened to your ideas.
It's fine.
But what we know is based on our own thoughts, after experimenting firsthand.
Even if our conclusions are different.
I'll say.
Hey! Quit lollygagging, you nerds!
Rose is still mad at us.
You know it's because she cares.
I know. I'm cool with it.
You guys are quite a team.
Come on! Put some hustle into it!
Coming!
Quit lollygagging, you nerds. That's true. It's like this game has 2 reigns. Like, that's too much for anyone. That's too much for Genus. Can you imagine 2 reigns? Yeah, that's true. I imagine that reading it yourself is probably better. I'll do that when I get a chance. I was about to say I need to catch up on Arrow and Flash, but I already did. I caught up on Arrow and Flash, yo. Very good. Arrow's pretty good. HE Bomb, right. Flash is pretty good. Arrow is... it's okay. What happened in the most recent episode of Arrow? Oh, right. Got it. Oh my god, the villains of they are scraping the bottom. I am not surprised that Arrow has been canceled because they have not been able to pull out an interesting villain since Prometheus. Prometheus was the best the show has ever done with villains. Like
My instincts tell me that
Deathstroke
there's treasures
since
nearby.
season 2 was like so amazingly well done. Prometheus in season 5 though, amazing. Like I thought no one could ever top Deathstroke, but Prometheus was great. Who was the other villain? What was his name? I don't even remember his name. He was just some weird nerd who wanted revenge because he thought Arrow killed one of his kids or something. Can't remember his name though. He was super irrelevant though. The actual villain of that season 6, was Ricardo Diaz, the dragon.
Is that a treasure chest?
Oh my gosh, terrible villain, terrible villain. And then season 3 or season 7 has tried to introduce. They tried to use Ricardo Diaz again. It did this whole thing where like he was taking some drugs just to give him super strength. I'm like, oh my gosh, how's this gonna play into anything? It didn't. In his final battle with Oliver, he did do something that was like kind of superhuman, like throwing Oliver through walls and long distances. But that was really it. And then he got beaten, and Arrow beat him, and then he was thrown in jail. And then a different character killed him. And it's like, that was useless. The Longbow Hunters were like in the first 3 episodes of the season, and then they were gone. One of them,
You sure are
Kodiak,
strange.
just came back, but like that wasn't even for anything relevant to that. Red Dart and the Silencer are missing. I don't think they'll ever use them again. And the new villain, Dante. Kidding me. I just realized that the guy who a lot of people think who I thought was going to be the main villain for this season, Dante, his contact, the guy that they tried to reach him through, is named Virgil.
The power of purification ain't no joke.
I just realized that right now. Fucking hell. They're both super forgettable though. Virgil is kind of annoying. He's whatever. He's such a yes man. He's irrelevant. He doesn't matter. Dante was so stupid. Like the whole reveal, like who's Dante? Oh my gosh, is he gonna be like a big deal villain? He really isn't. He's like some weird looking Frenchman in a suit and he fights with 2 knives. And I'm like, there's nothing special about him. Like he's just a guy.
This probably doesn't suck.
The whole big thing about this season is that they were introducing a new Green Arrow, whose actual name is Emiko Queen, and she is Oliver's half-sister. And it turns out that she's actually the villain of this season because she was manipulated by Dante to doing a bunch of evil things. And so at the end of the most recent episode, she killed Dante, which showed how relevant he was. And she, I guess, now has taken role as lead villain, even though she knows that she was tricked by Dante. I don't know what they're going for. But apparently Emiko is from the comics, so I guess she's the arc villain for this season. Definitely doesn't feel like it. This season, of all seasons, feels like it has the least amount of focus. They really, really peaked after Prometheus. She is? Okay. Emiko. Turns out, in at least the TV show universe, she's the one who sabotaged the Queen's Gambit and caused it to go down. Which in turn killed everybody and left Oliver stranded on Lian Yu for 5 years. Oliver says 5 years, but it's not true. He was on Lian Yu for, I think, 4 years. One of those years he was in China. I think it was China.
It won't end here! Alright! Return to void! Ready? Looks like we win!
Wait, let's talk to Rose. What's up? Alright, so yeah, we finished. That was all the Earth in Historia. So the Saint turned into a Hellion. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling there's a lot more of this than we know. Church and Sendrago. Okay, Tendrago. I already cleared them all. I cleared all the crucibles. right? Yeah. That was Rose and Shep and Seraph, Saray and Seraph. I think this was Edna's. That was Rose's. This is Lila's, Miklio's, and Saray's. Yeah. Wonder what else there is to that. Maybe I need to get farther in the game. Emiko is I was okay with her up until she went evil, and now I'm just confused. I'm like, why is she still evil? Like, why does she still want to? Like, what is she gonna gain from exacting? Like, her whole thing is that she wanted to know who killed her mother, and it turns out the person who killed her mother was the person who like took her in and trained her. So it's like, and what about the longbow hunter? I don't know. This season just absolutely does not have any focus. It's somehow better than last season, but it's still pretty bad. So I'm glad that season 7, 8 is the last one next season. It's only 10 episodes. I don't know.
Let's do some fortune.
It's totally got to do something with. Have you seen the crossover yet? Elseworlds, because that was awesome. I really liked it. I think I might like it more than the Nazis crossover, which was my favorite. I'm not sure. The Nazis one was really good, though. I mean, really good. And the really funny part about the crossover wasn't so much about the crossover; it was after the fact, because the crossover was Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl. The Legends were nowhere to be seen. But in the Legends episode after the crossover, they're talking to each other, and one of them's like, "What do we miss?" And it's like, "Hey Gideon, did we miss anything?" And she's like, "You missed calls from Oliver Queen, Barry Allen, and Kara, I think." And Nate, Citizen Steel, says he's like, "Huh, sounds like the annual crossover," and then that's it, and they don't talk about it ever again. They're like, "Yeah, we're glad we missed out on that." It was really funny because the reason the Legends were not around was because in their universe, Constantine was trying to find a way to save Desmond, who like, I guess it was his boyfriend. Yeah, they weren't really hooking up. It was more like it was like super serious between Constantine and Desmond. And Desmond, his destiny is to become the host for an evil demon called Neuron. So Constantine went into his own past. He time traveled back to the past and had a huge fight with Desmond, which caused them to break up. And so because Desmond was never with him, he never became taken over by Neuron, so it changed history. So all of reality was fucked up. And the entire episode during the crossover, so the crossover's happening, and the Legends are trying to fix time because Constantine broke it. It's only 3 characters: Constantine, Charlie, and Zari. Constantine and Charlie are trying to figure out a way to fix the timeline, but not completely. Like, Constantine still wants Des to be safe, and Charlie wants her powers back. Zari is like, no, we have to revert to how it was, you know? And it's just
Think this is all of the Earth in
it's so
Historia?
dumb.
But we're still missing something crucial. How did Heldolf end up that way?
Well, we know all too well what hardship he's been through.
Whoa there, Sheps. Don't tell me you're sympathizing
not.
with him.
Is it sympathy? I can't even tell.
Sheesh, Lila, this is cruel. I liked it better when he was a faceless bad guy. You can chop those to bits guilt-free.
I'm sorry.
But really, though, it's tough. How are we supposed to figure out the right thing to do?
Well, is Lila even telling Saray to find the right answer? Or...
Oh! Zavid!
Dang, sorry.
So now what? Just standing around talking like this isn't gonna solve anything.
Let's go back to see Maven.
Right. He's probably organized his thoughts by now anyway.
What the fuck did she stop him from saying? I don't get it. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh my gosh, I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's the worst storytelling method ever. Games, stop using it. It's not interesting.
I think I'm vaguely starting to get it. There's some connection between Heldalf and the shepherd who came before me.
I see. So Lila avoided speaking about it directly by asking Maven the storyteller to help her out. Ouch! Damn it, that's not what you use an umbrella for!
Are you sure?
You have no idea how the mind of a lady works. Ouch! That hurts! Dang, what an ice queen. Ouch! Dang! She's not playing around!
Thanks, David. We needed someone to break the tension.
Oh-ho! I think our Rose might be in love.
Don't get your hopes up.
Aww.
Sticky.
Let's hurry to Lohgrin. I'm sure the old man will be waiting for us there.
Quite rare that we're ever in the same place that Maven is.
For sure. I mean, he's an explorer and all.
Is there any real reason why, though?
You really need to ask?
Guess there's no point in worrying about it.
Yep. Like they say, fear is often greater than something.
Greater than danger, you mean?
Charming.
I guess it's difficult to decrease the price of something when it's already gotten so high.
It does feel like the merchants are rather merciless on the pricing, but it's not like they've been affected by malevolence.
Right.
So I guess even returning the blessing won't solve everything.
A blessing alone can't change the hearts of people.
It's all so complicated.
At least the people of Lohgrin haven't given up on restoring their village. Either way, the shepherd shouldn't get involved.
Yeah, this is where the merchants come in.
Alright, there we go. A lot of skits built up there. So we're gonna rest at the end and we're gonna talk to Maven. This will be the last thing we do dealing with Maven.
Hey, Mr. Shepherd, where's Lila and the others?
They went to the sauna to relax.
Oh, snap! Saray, let's set up the sauna!
Maybe later.
Come on, don't be such a buzzkill! We men need to be open and comfortable about things like this. You know, a naked relationship.
Well, you are always half naked,
True.
Zavid.
I may look like an exhibitionist when it comes to my body, but the door to my heart is always closed. That's why I wanted to take this time to bond with you. You know, like, as an accomplice.
Don't tell me you're going to read the wind to snoop around the girls' sauna.
Oh, you're pretty sharp after all, you no-good shepherd, you.
I don't think this is a good idea. Someone's definitely going to notice.
I don't want to grow up to be the kind of guy who views everything as a win-or-lose situation. The trickling sweat, the flushed red cheeks. There is a healthy, sublime beauty in this closed space we call a sauna. Saray, let's go hunting for babes.
That sure was therapeutic. Why don't you guys step in as well?
You mean like this?
That's not the kind of babe hunting I'm talking about!
Huh?
What? Gosh dang, I love... What song are they talking about? I've been to every town in this game. Unless I forgot. I don't think there's a sauna in any of them. But, okay. I'll take your word for it, Zavid. Gosh dang. Oh, Saray, it's so funny how inept and what's the word? Just how pure you are. It's ridiculous. All right, then here we're gonna talk about talk to Mr.
Find anything?
Oh, Maven.
We know that Heldalf was stricken with a great
Maybe it
deal
could have been
of pain
so
and
much more
hardship.
interesting if the game used them more.
It seems almost like some kind of curse.
I can see that. Bound to the curse that is eternal loneliness.
During our most recent encounter with him, he taunted Saray, preying on his emotions and trying to bait him into becoming a fallen shepherd. But afterwards, he reached out to Saray and tried to convince him to join his ranks.
The Lord of Calamity, reaching out to the shepherd.
I want to know, just what happened to Heldalf to make him the man we see today?
But that would infringe on the old man's taboo.
We don't even have a clue what that really means. Maybe this is selfish of us, but still.
Is there no chance you can help?
Follow me.
Maven, Are you sure about this?
There's no point in stories if we lose the future in which to tell them. No taboo is worth that fate.
Jesus, like, I mean, if you're gonna, I don't know, it's just stopping people from talking because of like taboos and oaths and stuff like that. It's just like, it's a crime of what's the word?
I sense treasure
Not
nearby.
admission, like of like leaving something out. What is that word? Submission?
Are there any herbs around here?
I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Oh man, nice! Check it out. That huge thing has carvings all over it.
Is this from the era of the gods? I've never seen anything like it before.
Oh boy, more fodder for our resident nerds.
Omission. Thank you. I hate it. I hate how much none of the characters in this game want to say anything. Like, I mean, I get it. Part of me gets it.
What's this?
But another part of me is like, it annoys me. Like, come on. If you're gonna leave out something important, do it for a good reason.
My instincts tell me that there's treasures nearby.
Like, don't keep secrets just because you have to keep them. I don't know. It's a small deal, but it's honestly one of the big things I don't like about the game. And I mean, I know people don't like me harping on it and like, I hate this. It's just like, it's a storytelling thing that can work, but I feel like if you have so many characters and they block things they don't even need to block. It's just weird. It's weird.
To most people, this monument is nothing more than a lump of rock. However, the storyteller of time can harness its true capabilities.
It's a nice rock, I'll give it that.
The storyteller of time?
The one who passes stories to future generations. Stories of humans, seraphim, hellions, shepherds, the Lord of Calamity. It is my clan to whom that fate has fallen. A storyteller is to be a dispassionate observer. He must not interfere in world events. But I am prepared to accept the consequences.
Is that an earthen Historia?
There are more of them?
The others were fine, but this one had to be shielded from the eyes of men. So I kept it for myself.
Then this must be...
Yes, this is a record of the dawn of chaos. Come, experience the truth of the dawning of this age. Perceive the light. Perceive the darkness. Place your hands upon the monolith.
Is this Earth and Historia going to show us what I think it's going to show us?
Then, close your eyes. Foroshkus were kusaresko, wervek furiek ohish kehem omem. Do not ponder the answer for now. Simply feel. Understand?
Oh, it is. Okay.
Where is this? I've never seen this place before.
We're experiencing the dawn of chaos. So I suppose this would be...
Camlon, the origin village.
Well, might as well go on.
Undisagreed.
Come on. Yeah, I remember this flashback sequence. I didn't know it was here, though. I thought it was later.
Crowd here.
No kidding.
General, this is absurd. How long must we keep living like this?
I am protecting you from the invasion by the forces of Highland. I'd expect you to be more grateful, Shepherd.
Huh? This guy's the previous shepherd?
You have occupied our village for half a year now. This isn't protection, it's house arrest.
Not to mention, the Kingdom of Highland is only acting against us because Roland's moved their army here in the first place.
Looks like they can't hear us.
The Earth in Historia shows that which has transpired.
The strategic importance of this location cannot be overlooked just because the Shepherd founded a village here. You can trust Highland would say the same.
What, so it was inevitable?
When one considers the rise of the Highland Valkyries, yes.
I've had enough. Just leave us.
Michael, are you really okay with this? Those bastards are treating Lord Maltellis' shrine as their own fortress! How much longer must they blaspheme the Seraphim?
Brother?
It's okay, Muse. He's right that Camelot happens to be a strategically crucial location, given that we're here along the northern border. An army that controls this territory can send troops to the enemy's capital at will. Their interest in our land is sad, but understandable.
Do you really trust the words of that tyrant?
They will do as they will. We must focus on what we believe in. As a lone shepherd, with no other family in the world to call his own, I vow to protect Muse and everyone else. I swear it.
So the Origin Village was occupied by Heldalf.
And then dragged into the chaos of war.
Still, you can understand why neither army could leave it alone.
Is something wrong, Miklia?
Huh? Oh, well... The humans were treating Maltellis with scorn and contempt. No wonder his blessing was lost. But there's probably more to the story. Let's head towards the shrine.
Right.
I forgot that Mikleo had a tiara on. I forget. Because it's not obvious, you know? He has so much hair, you can't see it. So when that's... I know this is in the side, but I wanted to point it out since that skit happened. I was like, oh right, he does have one. He does wear one. Okay. I mean, if they're gonna give us a lot of exposition, and yet let us still control the character, you better believe that everybody probably did this.
Could it be Rollins has noticed Michael led Lord Maltellis away from the capital?
No. Much more likely it's just a feint to draw out the forces of the Northern Territory. They just want a pretext to declare war.
This is absurd.
Thoroughly absurd. But that's humans for you.
You said it. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
According to what the shepherd said, the shrine is full of malevolence, and the village is beginning to lose its blessing.
Oh no, is Maltellis going to become a Hellion?
Let us put faith in the shepherd. He said he would never allow that, even should it cost him his life.
But still, if the shepherd would be lost anyway, wouldn't it be better for us just to evacuate while we can?
There's no way that someone like Michael could ever do such a thing.
Right. He's the shepherd. He couldn't just abandon Maltellis and let him succumb to malevolence.
Saray.
Doesn't work. Alright then, this is a lot of lore right here, yo. I mean, I know all this already. Because I, beat the game, but...
If this podunk town can serve as the key to successful conquest of the Northern Territory, then I can suffer the ire of one measly shepherd. What is it?
An enemy attack! The Northerners have arrived! No! It appears to be the Highland Army!
I will not rise to their bait. Assemble the troops. We shall retreat.
We will make no counterattack!
Would you have me throw men away on some meaningless skirmish with Highland? Don't be an imbecile.
Guess this town is destined for the scrap heap after all. Have the order to retreat given at once!
Unbelievable! Doesn't he care about the happiness of the villagers?
This trivial nonsense is what got the entire village wiped out?
So if he's not wanting to fight Highland, then who are the Northerners that he's at war with?
Stop it!
Is it not Highland?
Saray.
Knowing we can't do anything to intervene just makes it worse.
Like, I'm very confused.
What on earth is Heldoff doing?
Heldoff abandoned the village and fled.
Filthy Roland scum! Sneak into the mountains, will you?
There's more over here.
And well, they're not Roland's.
How could this happen?
Are you people really that dumb?
Shepherd, Muse has gone to the shrine
What?
to beg the Roland's army for assistance.
But Heldoff's already run away!
Muse, please be safe!
Hurry to the shrine!
Right.
Everything is going well. Heldoff's like, I'm just gonna leave.
Wait, please! I understand that as a fellow shepherd, you feel strong empathy toward him. That is normal. But please, do not forget what Maven told us. You too, Mikleo.
I'm sorry. It's just...
We can already tell this isn't going to end well.
We've learned more than enough here to put the pieces together at this point.
But we still need to see this through, don't we? Let's go.
Right.
Mikleo looks out of character, to say nothing of Saray.
Well, of course. He was bound to notice before too long.
Yeah, when you add in the fact that none of this is heading for a happy ending.
We all picked up on it. Mikleo, Muse, and the Shepherd all look too similar not to.
Let's go. We're very close to the whole truth.
That is a lot of Highland people.
The child! The child!
He's alive. Oh, he's alive. But, oh my God! Now tell us. All is lost. Now Tellus has become a Hellion. And this innocent child. All due to the insipid ambitions of one man.
Brother, wait! No, don't! Please! Brother!
O ye who brought us this misfortune, I grant thee eternal solitude!
No!
Heldoff, live now and forever in a hell of your own making. This is my answer.
Stop!
So, they anticipated our retreat. You are the Valkyries, I take it?
Lightning! General!
Heldolf, prepare yourself! What on earth? Stay away from us, you monster!
Oh, and from that point on, his life went straight into the shitter. Good times.
So that's what went down.
So Kittybeard didn't become a Hellion. He was made one.
One bearing the most terrible curse there could possibly be.
And the one responsible for it was the previous shepherd.
So then,
Is this the same village?
If it's not over yet, then there must be more to it.
It's not over, huh? Micleo.
We gotta be close to the end. Shouldn't we just take a quick gander before we head back?
You look pretty bummed out by this.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry I'm not more bummed out myself, I mean.
You don't need to apologize for that.
Whenever a friend of mine is down, if I'm not feeling the same way, I always feel like maybe something's missing from me.
It's just like he said, Rose. There's nothing you need to apologize for. In fact,
Yeah. Sorry.
Huh?
If anything, we should be the ones sorry for making you worry so much.
we just need a little more time to get our feelings sorted out. We'll be fine. You can count on it.
Gotcha.
Oh boy. Many things happening. I think I forgot some of these details. I think. Because I remember they mentioned early on when we're looking at the flashbacks and bad stuff's happening to Heldolf, they're like, it's almost like someone did this to him. And I'm like, did they? I don't remember that. But yeah, the former shepherd kind of screwed his life over. And I'm like, oh, right, that's who did it. Okay. I kind of forgot that part. Oh, why am I over here now?
My goodness. What happened?
Such thick malevolence. I feel sick.
Malevolence of this impossible magnitude can only mean one thing.
Now tell us.
Born far too early by the looks of it. Poor mother and child. Neither of you deserved this. Perhaps this too is fate.
The rest of them all loaded into the memory the wrong way. I mean, in that last cutscene, we were all facing forward. I thought I had to walk that way. And it's like, no, you gotta go back behind you. And I'm like, why?
That child's human.
Are we not all the same when we first breathe this air, save for the vessel we chance into?
But a child born so premature won't last but a few months.
Probably so.
Zenrus!
Muse! My goodness! What happened here?
I'm afraid there's no time to explain. We have to seal off the malevolence before it drifts into Elysia. Who's that child? Celine's? Could it be she was with child?
In order to contain Mount Tellus within this land, you would be the sacrifice to seal the path to Elysia? But Mount Tellus is using the land itself as his vessel. Even if we can trap him here, it would be no more than empty consolation.
I understand, but even so, this is something that we humans have brought upon ourselves.
And the shepherd?
I take it that the shepherd has finally fallen?
That may be so, but fate has blessed us with a thread of hope.
You don't mean to say you will raise these children to become the shepherd and his sub-lord?
For a human and a seraph child raised together, anything is possible. However, it all depends on these children. I humbly accept your two small beacons of hope.
Gramps!
Zenrus, I have not the words to thank you. Farewell, my dearest child.
Leo.
Gramps!
So, Saray, you were a survivor from that village.
And our boy Mickey was refashioned into a seraph.
So I was a sacrifice.
You can cry if you want.
Why would I cry? I'm surprised, to be sure, but I'm not sad. And now we know where Mount Hellas is. Now the only thing left is our answer.
Right.
So does this mean we found it?
I know now what path I want to take. Though I'm not sure that counts as an answer.
Very well then. Let's consult with Maven once more.
Hey, where'd he go?
Just a little while ago, he was activating the hidden powers of this monolith. He's probably still around here somewhere.
You're right. Let's go look for him.
Alright, well that was nuts, huh?
Come to think of it, I wonder how this monolith works.
There's actually a point earlier in the game
it
where
activates the Earth and Historia?
Mikleo kind of has
Probably because this is an Earth Pulse
thoughts.
Nexus,
I
don't
just
you think?
can't remember when it
Pulse?
was.
I'll let Terror Firma herself do the explaining.
The Earth Pulse is a manifestation of the power of Mother Nature that permeates the Earth.
Exactly. Lohgrin has been known for centuries as a spot where several branches of the Earth Pulse
Oh, you mean ley
intersect.
lines?
If you're already such an expert, why call on me?
Because when you say it, it's that much more adorable.
Interesting.
So, the Earth and Historia is
Ley lines.
reacting to the Earth Pulse.
Could you repeat that in English for dumb bums like me?
Well,
Okay, let's say instead that there's all this water bubbling up here. Then the Earth and Historia would be like a water wheel. When the wheel goes round, it grinds out the record of history, just like it was milling grains.
Oh, okay. Makes sense to me. But then why are the Earth and Historia behaving like a water wheel?
Probably...
I told you. The Earth Pulse is the power of the Earth.
Oh, I see. So if Mount Hellas made the Earth and Historia, and he's using the Earth itself as his vessel...
Then probably it's the force of his will that's making them do that.
Nutty. Oh, wait. I thought that it would give me a list. So, we didn't find all the iris gems. Wait, what are you doing? Still missing some red ones, apparently. That's interesting. Alright then, so, yeah, I remember at some point in the story, Mikleo was like, and I can't remember what it was that he was so confused about. Or not confused, but I gave him that idea. I remember because I didn't want to spoil it for Pete at the time, so I was like being very vague about it.
What a sad turn of affairs. There was more to it than just Heldalf and the shepherd Michael. So many factors converged to bring about that disaster.
What happened to that village was so ghastly, you can sort of see how Michael finally came to do what he did. But still, no one except maybe his closest friends ought to buy "I was in the depths of my despair" as an excuse.
Right. The actions he took that day changed the fates of millions.
That's true. It was his thoughtless curse of eternal solitude that paved the way for Kittybeard to become the Lord of Calamity. Without the curse, old Sourpuss never would have hated the world so much. Never would have wanted it to turn into a world of Hellions.
You can't blame the people of Highlander Rollins for seeing him as a monster. But I get the sense that deep down, in his own misguided way, he just wants to bring peace to his country.
Some of the blame, too, has to go to the former shepherd for keeping secret the fact that he'd spirited Mount Hellas away. Because of that, folks who didn't know the true situation wound up desecrating the shrine and causing Mount Hellas to transform into a Hellion.
That's right. If they'd only talked about it more openly, there might have been better understanding and cooperation.
It also looks like the former shepherd didn't really trust anyone other than his own flesh and blood. To those who believed in the shepherd, I can think of no greater wound.
True enough. He may have genuinely wanted every one of them to be happy. But if he never shared this desire with anyone, then...
Regardless of Michael's circumstances, it doesn't change the fact that what Heldalf did was unspeakably cruel. That he would toss strangers to the wolves just to further his own interests.
None of this comes down to black and white, that's for sure.
Well, Maven told us just to feel and experience what had happened. We'll go tell him what we felt.
I feel like they were assuming a lot about Michael. Like, I mean, did it look like he didn't trust anyone? I didn't really get that feeling from the cutscenes. It just looked like he was trying to do good and then Heldolf decided to fuck everything up. As a villain does. But I mean, yeah. We can kind of blame Michael for everything. I just think it's weird though. We got Saray, Edna, Mikleo, Zavid, Lila, Rose, Maven, Heldolf, Muse, Zenris. And then we have Michael. Like, really? That's what we're going with here.
You're back.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I just wanted to make sure the monolith doesn't get damaged. Your thoughts?
No one involved was fully in the wrong, but no one was really right either. That's how it felt to me.
A useful understanding to reach. Now, your answer.
Saray, let us hear your answer to this.
We gotta murder him, right?
My answer is I want to save Heldolf. The shepherd's job doesn't just boil down to quell the Lord of Calamity, or even clean up the previous shepherd's mistakes. When malevolence consumes seraphim and turns them into hellions, we save them. Yet when it brings misfortune and grief to humans, we say they only have themselves to blame. It doesn't seem fair.
So that is your answer.
Dunno if it counts as one.
There are humans out there just like Heldolf. He just happened to play one part in a cascade of terrible events.
I'm not gonna say you shouldn't sympathize with him, but I will say it would strike me as bizarre to completely let him off the hook for the horrors he brought to such a peaceful village. And what he's trying to do now is still messed up, right?
Absolutely. It's wrong, period, and I will stop it.
But even so, you would save this man?
If I won't save humans like Heldolf, who've had Hellionhood thrust upon them, I'll never see humans and Seraphim live in peace.
I see. So then you...
really are an idiot.
Yep. Saray is Saray, and we love him for it.
That's right. He couldn't be anyone else even if he tried.
So, Mr.
Ah, yes, the space
that what
fish.
you were looking for?
I've been meaning to bring him up,
For
but
such a
I keep
man,
forgetting to.
Ending his loneliness would be the sole path to salvation. Do you understand what that means?
Taking his life, I would expect.
Saray, can you carry that burden with you?
Indeed. That, even more than your answer, is the crucial matter.
Right. What's important now is whether you truly will not waver. Or rather, whether you truly believe in your answer and are willing to accept its repercussions.
No matter what happens, and no matter what cost.
Wait, are you asking him to prove his determination in battle?
Put bluntly, yes. In order to defeat one who has been abandoned in time, the bonds of strength must be severed. Show me how that is done.
Defeat the one who has been abandoned in time. You can't be talking about...
how to sever the bonds of strength.
So eternal loneliness is a curse, you say? Makes sense now.
Old man.
Now then, show me!
Okay, this fight sucks. Like, it's a good fight, but oh my gosh, it's hard. And the reason for that is that Maven is the first of the enemies who can actually use his mystic art. And whoever he hits with that mystic art is probably dead.
And if we were to actually use it...
This ain't Tales of the Abyss. This isn't we'll leave you with 1 HP and let you carry on. This is Murdered House, alright?
Do not let Maven's conviction go to waste.
As for the space fish, that's actually a tiny stuffed dragon. It is Baul from Tales of Zestiria, in tiny adorable stuffed animal form. Stop throwing bottles at me. Like his armory is just he throws a bunch of random shit at you. It's pretty great. Gosh dang. Oh my gosh. They gave him quite a bit of HP. I have him pinned in the corner. Oh, well, I'm dying. Oh, a space fish.
Is this the shepherd's preparedness?
Oh my gosh. See how bullshit? I was gonna swap characters right there. I was gonna bring a different Seraph out, but I couldn't. Oh my gosh, it sucks. I got way too used to Tales of the Abyss. It's like that in Tales of Vesperia too. With the exception of Daos and the final boss, Mystic Arts kill you. Like they'll definitely kill whoever they hit. And unlike other games, the Mystic Arts you can't really dodge them. If the enemy in Vesperia is aiming at a specific character of yours, they will hit them. Now you tell me to look out. I'm looking out. I don't trust you. Storyteller of Time with the Ocarina of Time and the Temple of Time. Sword of Time, Pedestal of Time, time.
Is this the shepherd's preparedness?
Wow, really? You're just gonna bullshit me like that, huh?
Don't hold back. I certainly won't.
But even if there is
That was Garbo.
and if we were to actually use it,
Then what would happen to you?
Do you see why it is you waver? Settle this, shepherd!
Do not let Maven's conviction go to waste.
There's like no wind-up either. I don't know. In other games I know, because it's like, well, they're obviously gonna attach a Mystic Art to an Arcane Art. That's how it works. So like if I see them doing an art string, I back up. Also, overlimit exists. Not in this game. There's no such thing as overlimit. So it's really totally random when the enemies decide to use their Mystic Arts, and it really upsets me. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't die. I honestly thought I was dead. I was like, it's over.
What I want to see is not a mere display of strength.
I won, though.
So you really are immortal?
You understand by now, don't you, the way to defeat me?
Yes. Turn my friends into attacks with wills of their own, and use those attacks to pierce through the bonds of strength.
What Dazzle said he did.
Then why aren't you doing it? I'm not a Hellion. Even if you make use of that means, your friends will not be consumed with malevolence. You won't admit it. After all, to demonstrate that method upon me is tacit acknowledgement that it is your only option with Heldolf as well.
But Maven, isn't there any other way at all?
No. Even Lila's power is not enough to purify one as consumed with malevolence as he
Oh,
is.
no, I did not see it coming that time.
You should know that.
I totally thought I was gonna die.
Rose.
If you weigh lives on scales, you will falter at the crucial moment. All the more so if it is your friends' lives in question. But if you do waver, and your wavering leads you to a faulty answer, you may never recover. In this way does virtue become vice.
But if you will die for the answer you truly believe in, even failure will not stop you from rising again. What you should fear is not failure, but rather that fear itself will compromise your belief in your answer.
I do like that Maven fight.
Lila.
Just those mystic arts. They're so brutal. They're so brutal.
Now then, Saray.
And it only gets worse from here on out. Oh my gosh.
If you intend to make this a farce, then I shall end it. Show me, not just with words, but with the spirit of belief. I shall end it.
Stop smacking me. It's not cool.
It is a damn shame, Lila. Unfortunately, it looks like they still don't understand. So, it was all for naught.
Accurate representation of that fight.
No, just a little bit more. Even when they resented their own helplessness, even when they grieved for a fallen comrade, even when evil schemed to lead them astray, Saray and his companions have pushed ever on, never losing themselves. Knowing fear, but not malevolence, they came all this way to stand here together.
You're really something.
I don't like having regrets, and I don't like giving them to other people either. Don't you forget it.
Saray, Rose, you paralyzed or something? Going up against Hellions is already life or death. It shouldn't be new to you.
Edna. Zavid.
It's just as they said, Rose. Saray, do you remember what I told you? Back at Lady Lake? I didn't come all this way just to be a liability. I said it before. Do I need to say it again?
No.
If the shepherd Saray truly believes in his answer, then surely may he bring an end to the Age of Chaos.
Then show us. Show us your answer.
Saray!
Everyone.
You have good friends, lad.
Darn right.
That's how JRPG teams are. Friendship.
Let's go!
Come at me!
While water armor tries to press L1. How do I water armor ties?
Look out!
Don't just charge in there.
Look out! Maven! This is my answer!
Old man!
Maven?
Ooh, almost made it. Almost made it.
I thought I could hold out until you finished it, but...
Maven?
Oh, I'm so sorry it came to this.
You're an idiot too.
Bah. Oh, Edna.
You're not wrong, but I have no regrets.
What's going on? What are you saying?
Come on!
It's because I violated the taboo.
If the user breaks the terms of the oath, the special powers granted by the oath likewise vanish.
You should have told us.
Please, do not blame Lila. She merely did what she believed was right for all of you. And it was my decision to make as well.
I believe too. In my answer. And in my friends. And for their sake, I will not waver in what must be done. So there will be no regrets.
It is time to say our farewells.
I promise. I'll never forget what you've told me, Maven. And I'll teach it to others as well.
Saray, you've... Never did I imagine I would die with others by my side. Thank you.
Let's go!
To Camlon?
Yeah. Maltellus should still be there.
Let's make for Elysia first.
There should be a road there leading to Camlon. We saw Gramps come running when the village fell.
Oh, that makes sense. So Camlon was close to Elysia.
That's what Alicia said at the very beginning of the game.
Fits with the idea that it was a strategically important location for Highland, Rowlands, and the Northern Powers.
Yeah, good point. But it looked to me like the road to Camlon was sealed off.
Yeah, by my mother.
You can cry if...
I told you I'm not going to cry.
Looks like this is the final battle.
Let's end this.
Right on!
Huh. I mean, they're not wrong. I think I can beat this game in 2 more streams, honestly. Because, like, the next stream we can focus on everything leading up to the final dungeon, which would be going back through Mabinogi again, Camlon, and also taking care of the fights in Pendrago and near Lady Lake. Actually, no, Glaven Basin. Can we do this in 2 streams? We'll see. Because there are 2 more boss fights, a lot like the Maven boss fight in Waiting coming up. And, ooh, those are, there's something else alright. So, yeah. So I think the next stream we'll do everything. We'll hopefully do everything we can do until we reach the end of the game, like the final dungeon. And then the next stream after that will be the final dungeon by itself. Hopefully. That's my goal. And then of course there'll be another stream after that for post-game shit. Which will be fun. Very fun, I hope.
So if we cut the tie between Maltellus and Heldalf, we'll be home free, right?
I'm not so sure about that. He's strong enough to use the Earth itself as a vessel. Will that really be all that it takes?
Right. We'll probably have to purify all the malevolence attached to the land as well.
Is that
like
right,
finding
Lila?
all the seraphs?
She sells seashells by the seashore. Yep.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
He's got to be doing that on purpose.
Originally,
Like,
he
why
was
would
the
she
one
not
who would
tell us
purify
that?
the land.
That didn't
His
make any
power was
sense.
the
We already
blessing of the
figured it
land
out.
itself.
Like a natural purification of sorts, huh?
Don't think that's gonna be enough this time.
Certainly the activities of the shepherds also contributed to the Earth's natural purification from the outside.
But now it's just Saray, and no one else.
We need to have a plan of action before moving on. But all the same, we can't sit around brooding all day.
For sure.
I mean, it's like, yeah, Lila, I can't break my oath because bad things will happen, but, Maven, you can totally break your oath and die. And I'm like, but what, why? That's not fair. I really did like Maven, but once again, like, I feel like, I wish that he was around more. We really didn't get to see him much in the game. The characters aren't kidding though, we're almost to the end, which I'm a little surprised by, but not totally. Wait, so then what was the red iris gem? Why couldn't I see it before? I'm pretty sure I've seen this. Yeah, it was the one with Michael and Lila, right? That was really weird. Because, like, you saw when last time I was looking at it, they wouldn't let me look at the red Iris Gem one. I thought I was missing an Iris Gem. But I mean, I hope you're all looking forward to that at the end of the game. Maybe Pete will be around to see the next 2 acts. I hope he is. Because the next 2 are very good. Well, I mean, the next act. Yeah, Pete has to be here for the Glaven Basin revisit. I can't stream without him. I can't do that part without him. Which I definitely think is coming up next. Like, I don't know how soon it is, but whatever our next stream is, that's definitely what's going to happen during it. It's just putting together all the Iris Gems, all the red Iris Gems that we've found. Yeah, here it was. That was it. We saw this Iris Gem story, and Mikleo in the skit afterwards was just like really quiet because he's like, something about her. I guess they didn't want us to choose that Iris Gem story because it's basically like it's kind of like what they showed us already. But whatever. Alright, so yeah, next time we do a bunch of endgame stuff, or almost endgame stuff, and then after that it's the endgame stuff. So thanks everyone for watching. This stream went on way too long. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!